Oh, at Studium Malor, I'm working on my new novel, which I'm extremely excited about. It's called The Men's Group, and it's about a bunch of guys who hang out every Sunday lunchtime, and they have lunch together at a cafe in town. And they're a very interesting group because they're all different kinds. One of them is 28 years old. He's a carpenter, and he's been living in his van for the last 3 years. Another one is a 74-year-old guy who's a retired contractor. He's never been married before, except he just got married 2 years ago. And he's very confused about marriage. He just doesn't understand it. So he's always asking the other guys, is what's happening between me and my wife normal? Or all marriages like this? Then there's a guy who's in his 40s who's a cannabis entrepreneur. He sells, marijuana. Then there's a guy who's based on me. He's a TV writer, which is one thing I do in real life. And then there's a pest exterminator. And the one thing these guys all have in common is that they all go to AA. They're all getting sober. They're sober anywhere from 3 months to 40 years. And they keep each other sober the way AA guys do. And they help each other. They love each other. It's a story about friendship between men. And we have a world in the United States. We say there's an epidemic of loneliness, and we say especially among men. So these are just very great group. And however, at the very beginning of the story, I'm sorry to say that the pest exterminator gets murdered. So the police think that it was a ketamine overdose. They think that the guy, Brendan, just relapsed, and he just did ketamine, and he took too much, and he died. But our heroes, the other 4 guys, know that that's not true. They know that somebody killed him. They know somebody poisoned him with the ketamine. And so they're going to find out who did it. And so this is the murder mystery, and they're going to find out that maybe one of their brothers in AA is the killer. And so they're going to realize how little they know in some ways about the men that they gave their hearts to, that they told everything to. So it's a story about murder, and it's a story about love and friendship. And it's a nice inside look at AA and about recovering and addiction. And it's something I'm very familiar with. I'm 20 years sober, and I've been going to an AA men's group for 20 years. And in fact, been going to a coffee shop in Los Angeles with these guys for 20 years, except that the coffee shop burned down last year in the California fires, in the Palisades fire. My house also burned down. And many of the friends that I went to coffee with, or breakfast with, their houses also burned down. So it's kind of just a story about the world that we had, because we've gone off with the winds. I used to live in LA, but we moved to upstate New York after the fire, and a friend of mine moved up to Idlewild. And one guy's in Oregon. People are just all over the place. So it's kind of Valentine to the world. I always hope that my writing will speak to people and it'll resonate with people. I think people who are alcoholics or addicts, or people who are family of alcoholics or addicts, will really enjoy reading The Men's Group. I have another novel coming out this month. I'll pitch it now. It's coming out in April 2026, and it's called 51%. And it's about a world that is set 20 years in the future. It's about a world that's changing. It's about a world where the government is ineffective and the big 6 corporations own everything. They even own people. And so that's something that, again, I hope will resonate with people, and people will feel it. If they won't read the book. The book will sink like a stone, but so far people are loving it. It does feel good when you're really making that connection with people, and people are reading and loving your books, and you just feel good. You're telling a story that people really enjoyed. I've written for TV a lot. I wrote for about 20 years in TV. I wrote the TV show Law and Order, House, Pretty Little Liars, CSI Miami, a bunch of these shows, and that was enjoyable because so many people would watch it, and I enjoyed the craft. It was just very interesting to write these TV shows. It wasn't always coming, straight from my heart. But The Men's Group, I'm sure you can tell, the one about the AA guys comes straight from my heart. And the one that's coming out this month about the world that we're going to possibly be living in 20 years, unless we get rid of Trump and some of these other idiots, unless we change our ways. That also comes straight from my heart.
It must have been really hard to have your community displaced like that.
It was very strange. I mean, my house went kaboom, everything went kaboom.
Yeah.
The barber shop I went to, the farmer's market I went to, the theater where we had our AA meetings, the coffee shop where I would run into Tommy Lee Jones and other famous actors. And, it's all gone. And the people that I knew, the community's gone, the school my kids went to burned down, the swimming pool I went to, mostly destroyed. The pickleball courts we went to, that was destroyed. The one good thing about it was you didn't feel alone. A lot of people were suffering with you. But the bad thing was it just, the whole world was gone. The whole community was gone. It also happened at the same time that Trump took office. So it felt like in the month of January, first I lost my house, and then I lost my neighborhood, and then country. So I actually write a personal essay about my experiences that I put in my website, mattwittenwriter.com, so you can find it there. I'm always working. Sometimes I'm slower than I would like to be, but I'm always working. Here at Studio Maylor, I'm looking out the window here, which is a gorgeous view. It's just a great place to work because it's very quiet. I don't have any responsibilities, except the occasional podcast interview. But other than that, I just have a lot of free time. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, and you get to think deeply about what you're writing. You don't have a million things happening at once, so you get to take long walks and think deeply, which is great, very helpful to writing.